Greetings, my friend. Matt Chevrolet here, back again with another video to help make the whole world stronger with the power of calisthenics training. And today we're exploring one of my favorite all-time abdominal exercises using one of the greatest ab machines in the world, suspension straps. And what we're focusing on today is the classic knee tuck, but there's a subtle detail that can make the exercise far more effective. So first and foremost, we want to make sure, of course, that we're focusing on pelvic tilt and stability with a regular plank. So without even using the straps, we want to have our shoulders protracted and a good solid pelvic tilt with the glutes fully engaged and the abdominals on, because the glutes and the abs like to work synergistically for that pelvic tilt. So we're practicing and warming up with the plank like so. We don't want to have this sort of thing going on, which not only puts a lot of pressure in the lower back, but it also removes a lot of the stimulus from the abs. Remember, whenever you're doing abdominal exercises, if you feel it in the lower back, that means that this target area, your rectus abdominis especially, isn't really doing its job. And not only is it uncomfortable, but you're not really getting much out of the exercise. So we practice and warm up with that plank, getting things engaged. You can practice with some cat-cows, but of course then we move on when we have our feet suspended, having the handles set up at a height that allows me to have the instep cradled against the foot loops with the knees on the ground. We don't want it too low. And then we have our classic plank frame right there, holding ourselves up. Now the knee tuck, of course, is a smooth motion. We don't want to just tuck in and out. But remember, we don't have much resistance coming forward and back. You want to move something up against gravity. And for that, we lift the hips upwards and then letting things come down. You can even let it sag a little bit. As long as you've got tension in the glutes and supportive in the abdominals, you're fine. It's perfectly healthy to get that full range, very smooth and controlled. But the detail that really makes a big difference is how much stretch out you're engaging with this. And you can do this a couple of different ways, but a little goes a long way as far as adding intensity. So the place we can start with this is just the classic tuck. And if I have some stretch at the end, then that's going to add quite a bit more intensity to the abdominals. It's actually level 6 in the Grind Style Calisthenics program for a reason, because you can add a lot of intensity. You don't want to be able to do 30, 40, 50 of these suckers. Usually I shoot for a good 6 to 8, maybe 12 at the most. Once I know I'm getting really high up in the double digits, I'm like, okay, add some intensity. And one of the best ways to do that, to use that stretch, is not to stretch forward and back. It's to stretch and maintain it. So coming forward, shoulders are forward, you stretch and you stay here with engagement in your lats to keep the intensity really high and the resistance on perpetually. And you can just even hear it in my voice. That makes it quite a bit more challenging, but more importantly, it makes everything work a lot harder. Your abs, your glutes, your lats. Remember, we don't want to isolate the abs. You want to integrate, get everything else working a lot harder. And not only is that better for your abdominals, but it enforces that integration that adds a lot more functional benefits as well. So as always with these moves of the week, I put a micro workout down below in the description, or you can apply this in these micro workouts here. But start off with just holding the plank, foot suspended plank, knee tucks, stretch out knee tucks with the stretch out at the end. And then finally, you can have the stretch out permanently to add resistance throughout the entire range of motion. Use whatever level of resistance is appropriate for you so that you're really challenging the abs. Again, probably about 6 to 8, maybe 10 to 12 repetitions for those micro workouts, because we want to emphasize intensity when it comes to building up your abdominals rather than just a lot of boring and mindless volume. Let me know if you have any further questions down below. Thanks very much, as always, for watching. Be fit and live free.